Look. It's time to talk again about the magnificent Missouri jumping mules. And I've got Les Clancy with me. Les, good to see you again.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. All right. For folks who have not heard, kind of give the history of, the jumping mule, if you will.
All right. Well, it started back a long time ago, mules, wanting to go coon hunting. And, back in the days, a lot of people would coon hunt and they would go across and come up to a fence and they'd want to jump. Well, it went from that to kind of competition to see whose mule can jump the highest.
Yeah.
So over the past few years, actually I've been involved with it for about 36 years. We've been jumping mules, but PFI, along with Cinch Jeans, decided to say, hey, let's put together an organization and say, hey, put the money out there, build a parking lot in the front of PFI and say, hey, let's see who's got the best mule that day. And this year we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Oh, how are you doing?
She wanted to interview a little bit. So this year we decided that, hey, let's incorporate some kids. And so we thought, well, what can we do? And we couldn't do anything better than bring back some history of the past, the mules of the past. And now we got the past for these little kid tractors. And
yeah, just right out in front.
You betcha. And we built a sled for it. And kids for the ages from 5 to 10 are going to be able to pedal their little butts off and win money and trophies. So we brought an example of what we're going to give to these kids this Saturday.
That is good. So you're getting everybody involved is what you're doing.
We're getting everybody involved. We've got mules coming as far as about 250 miles away. Right now we have about, I'm going to say, somewhere between 15 and 20 mules that are going to come and compete for the money. And I would say that we'll have so many kids that want to pull the tractor pull, and it's free to them, and we're not closing the books. So if you want to come out, it starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday. And I'd say show up with mom and dad and grandma and grandpa and hook that sled behind them little tractors and get them the tires a-smoking.
Okay, now you said starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Where is this all going to be taking place?
It's going to be held at the parking lot at PFI. The tractor pull starts at 11 o'clock, and that's going to be followed by the mule jump at 1 o'clock. It's going to be a great thing. We've got food out there this year. We got drinks. It's going to be hot, but bring your umbrella. We got bleachers this year. But we're looking for a good time, and I hope everybody can come out and enjoy it.
Well, okay, it's going to be a little bit warm, but I mean, how often do you get to see, jumping mules? It really is kind of a spectacle, isn't it?
It is. They're kind of coming back. It used to be a big sport back in the 70s and 80s jumping, and now it's starting to come back again. This little mule right here I've raised since he was a colt. This mule here has won Missouri, Arkansas, and I just got back a couple months ago winning Fort Worth Stock Show in Texas.
In Texas?
Texas. So this little mule has won quite a bit of money and some trophies, and we're going to give you a little example of what she can do today.
I think that'd be terrific. Before you do that, how do you train a mule to do something like this? Or is it a natural inclination?
Well, you really need to have a telephone, because that way your neighbor can call you to come get your mule out of his pasture. Actually,
yeah, but doing it on command, or so to speak, I have a feeling if the mule doesn't want to jump, mule's not going to jump.
They're not. A lot of people say a mule's stubborn, and they're not. A mule is just very smart. He's not going to do anything that's going to hurt themselves. Just about every mule can jump. It's kind of funny that it can do it because, a mule's a cross between a donkey and a horse.
Right.
You can get a gaited mule, you can get a fox-trotted mule, or you can get a quarter-horse mule. This happens to be a little quarter-horse mule. You just got to find it. They've got to have the heart to jump, and when you start them low, and you can see today when we jump her, and she likes it. She really likes it. So you start off slow, and then you just build up. It's not something that you can learn in days.
Yeah.
It literally takes months and months and months. And this little mule here has been jumping for about 4 years. Just to give you an idea how big the sport, this little mule right here in the past 3 years has probably won close to about $8,000.
Really?
And she really enjoys it. She likes eating this good grass better than anything.
Well, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, let me ask, when you are jumping a mule, are you going for distance? Are you going for height? Are you going for form? What are the judges looking at?
Well, you've got this jump here set behind us, and this is my jump that I use and I practice on. We're going for height. A mule can back up 12 feet. You can't take a run at it.
Right.
A mule's got to come in, and they're allowed to back up 12 feet and basically take one step to jump. The jump's held up by pencils. It takes 8 pounds to break a pencil. So if they touch that bar, it'll break.
It'll break.
That way you're not injuring the mule.
Right.
And so we're going to be good. We've got everything from mules that are going to be almost 15 and a half hands all the way to mules that can walk underneath that picnic table.
All right. I'll tell you what. Why don't you get them set up and show us how, what this is all about. And once again, PFI, 11 o'clock Saturday, right?
You betcha. We hope you come out. And I'll tell you, if you've never been to one, it's a great show and a lot of camaraderie. And you'll see these guys. It's a competitive deal. It's not about the money. It's about the bragging rights. I guarantee
I'm
that.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure that is a bit, because I mean, you said 4 years you've had him jumping.
Yeah, he's been jumping for 4.
Yeah.
She's 8 years old. I've had her.
8?
Yeah, but she's just a good old mule, and I'm going to have 3 of them there. So, we're gonna, I not only help.
And you got lots of bragging rights already.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to have some more. So.
Okay. All right, let's see what she can do here. This is so cool. You got to watch this. We got to see this last year. So 11 o'clock Saturday, PFI parking lot. Is that PFI.com?
Hey.
PFIWestern.com. All right, let's see. PFIWestern.com. Look at this.
Hey.
Oh, my.
So as you
That
can
is
see, that's just,
Yeah, so 5 feet maybe.
Yeah, that's a little over 5 maybe, but
Yeah.
honestly, we're gonna have some mules come to give you an idea, and I'll show you up here. This little mule here has cleared to about right there. So in this game, that's an extra 14 inches, but
We're talking about the top of our heads.
pretty close
At
to
least.
it, you betcha. And we're gonna have a couple formal, state champion mules that are gonna be there. I can tell you.
Yeah, but
3 of them.
she's 3 state champions there, right there.
Well, she's a pretty good one. So I hope
Real good.
I hope to have everybody out, and we'll have a great time. I guarantee that. Bring the kids.
Yeah, bring the kids. They can enter with this, and you got to see this in person. It's really something to see. Ozarks Live. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.